Hey, like, subscribe, notification bell.
That's right.
Ooh, what up, what up, what up? Smile Squad. Welcome back to the channel that makes you smile. I'm Amber Smiles Jones, and today we're going on an adventure. So my dad thought it'd be awesome to take an impromptu road trip to Tennessee, where we decided to go visit the Lost Sea. So buckle up and enjoy. Make sure you guys subscribe, click that thumbs up button. It's time for us to go on a road trip together. What up, what up, what up, Smile Squad? If you are watching this video right now, then you know that you're about to have an amazing adventure. We are going to the Lost Sea. We're gonna go find it and we're gonna go get lost in it, hopefully not for very long. Apparently it is a beautiful, huge underwater lake, and you get a chance to tour it. So click that thumbs up button, make sure you guys subscribe, and hopefully we'll get there in time so we can get lost. We got Wes in the back seat sleeping. We got Dad inside peeing, and me being the amazing, hilarious person that I always am.
Yeah, she forcing that shit a little bit, but yeah, for all the stuff that she just said. Yep. Yeah, most definitely.
Subscribe. So Dad was telling me that these ridge mountains right here, that's what all these trees are on top of. When we go to the Lost Sea, it's gonna be under something like that. Wesley, you looking to get lost?
Yeah, let's get lost.
All right, cool. I will do the best I can to lose you. How long is the tour, do you know?
About an hour.
Oh, okay, all right. Ah, the Lost Sea. Almost there, ladies and gents. Ah, the Lost Sea. Hey, Uncle Tommy. So yeah, we done made it to, well, you can see it. We're gonna go get lost after we found it.
How do you feel?
So I think we probably have to go over here, I think.
You think so?
Yeah. Hey, we have 12:30? All right, cool. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're excited.
We got our ticket.
That's fancy.
Right? It's that GoPro Hero 9 Black, and there's like, what, 3 or 7 more now?
Pretty much.
The moment you buy a new one.
Pretty much.
So this is stuff that you need to know for the tour. It takes about an hour, it's only 58 degrees. Round trip is about 3/4 mile. You don't want to wear your stilettos here. You don't want to do that. Can't smoke inside the cave. No pets. That's this hard one. This should be interesting. I figured a hoodie was enough. It's like a whole nother type of yellow brick road because there's no brick.
So we're getting moist out here.
Yeah, you feel the moistness?
Yeah.
It's moist.
Number one, stay behind me on the trails at all times. Do not get out in front of me. Don't go with any other groups. Do not get lost, because if you do, I have to come find you. I don't want to do that right in the middle of the day, so don't make me do that. Do not get lost. Number two, while we're down here, there is no smoking allowed at any point in time, because a lot of those devices can cause our formations to go inactive, meaning they stop forming forever and ever, and that's your fault. Either you have to pay that fine, pay me enough to say I didn't see anything. Neither are cheap, so don't do it. Number three, while we're down here, do not litter. We have trash cans placed for your convenience. Throw away your trash. Do not throw anything on the ground, including those white receipts that you got to get in here. You needed them to get in here. You do not need them to get out. You can throw them away, but if you throw it on the ground, it has your tour time, name, and how many people are with you. I'm going to track you down to come pick it up because we're trying to keep our cave clean, so do not do that. And finally, do not touch, break, or lick anything in our cave, because if it looks expensive, it is expensive. And if you touch it, break it, or God forbid, lick it, then you can get a Tennessee state fine worth anywhere from $50 to $500, which May not seem like a lot, but that could be per centimeter of the thing that you touch, and it goes on your permanent record. I don't think you want to be a permanent rock licker for the rest of your life. And it does not look good to anybody trying to employ you that sees that on your job application. So do not do that. There are some people that have licked the rocks. It happens. Just don't, okay? I don't want to write that paperwork today. Anybody got any questions before we head into the cave? I'm just going to follow a stranger into a cave, no questions asked. I don't even work here, it's all right. Make our way down here again, watch the Japanese white slick.
I don't know about you guys, but I plan on licking every rock I see. Ooh, wow. I may need to switch to my
Waddle like a
phone.
penguin if you have to. The cement is very slick.
Okay.
We've had lots of rainfall recently, and water and cement don't mix, especially on an incline.
Switch over to the iPhone. It's too dark in here. Switch over to the iPhone. It's too dark in here.
Watch your step, watch your step, watch your step.
This is amazing.
It's looking a real third act of an Indiana Jones movie right here.
Wow. I had to switch over to the cell phone. Watch your head. I remember doing this when I was a kid, but I don't remember any of this. This is going to be interesting.
Okay, guys, just go ahead and make your way onto the platform. Doesn't matter where you stand. You can even stand near me if you'd like. I don't bite much. It was built in 1974. Last time it was checked was probably also 1974, but things were built to last back then. It's all right. Now, if you look right behind me, you are going to see the first formation we look at today. This one's called the Cascades. Now, the Cascades gets its name because of that white formation right down there. It kind of looks like the Cascades waterfall. Now, that white formation is called flowstone. Flowstone's made out of calcium carbonate, which is used to make things like Tums and antacids, all that stuff that helps with your heartburn. On that later. Now, if you do look right up here, you are going to see the most rare formation in our cave. These are called anthodites. Now, anthodites get their name from the Greek root anthos, which means flower. They do flower out like a dandelion does, so some people like to call them cave flowers, but they are crystals. But they are very, very rare crystals. They only grow in 8 caves in the entire world. 60 to 70% of anthodites are found here at the Lost Sea. They can go to a U.S. registered natural landmarker. Now, as they grow here, we know a little bit about them. They don't drip like stalactites do. They actually grow against gravity, meaning they grow through evaporation. So, water condensation and a few minerals get on the outside of them and evaporate, which takes a very long time, as they do have the very slow growth rate of every cubic centimeter of growth takes anywhere from 700 to 1,000 years per centimeter, which is why we don't touch them, because just the oils on your fingers cause these to go inactive, and they're a little bit higher than that fine rate we were talking about earlier. Every centimeter that you touch is a $5,500 fine per centimeter. So we're not going to touch any of these as we go through, because if you do, they actually do look like these right up here. These are inactive anthodites. Still don't touch them, they're very fragile. But when they're inactive, they're brown, discolored, have crusting on their tips. But when they're active, they're orange, white, vibrant, and very sparkly. And we will go see those. As we do, just watch out for the low-hanging stalactites, please. Any questions about anything so far? Nothing at all? Okay.
Look at those bad boys. What are those called again?
Anthodites.
Anthodites.
Is their technical scientific name.
Ah,
But some
party.
people like to call them cave flowers because they do kind of dandelion now.
Yeah,
Some people call them sea porcupines.
sea porcupines. I like that.
Because again, it is 58 degrees down here and 98% humidity, which means it would act like a natural refrigerator, and it still would to this day. And also along these walls, there are lines. Those are water lines from where the whole cave was filled with water at one point. That's how it was formed, was through water erosion. That's just where it sat for long periods of time, eroding into the wall. And it would only go down whenever there were whirlpools or whenever the bottom of the cave would get eroded enough that it would just kind of drop naturally. And it did drop and exit out eventually, but that was a very, very long time ago. All right, now as we continue on into the cave, do watch your head for any low-hanging rocks, especially this one on the right-hand side. Get my good stuff. Hold on.
Yeah.
That's every side. Don't worry about it.
Do you have enough light for that?
If you're taking a picture, you do it in night mode, and it just like brightens everything up. It's really nice.
Yeah, this phone is really good with night stuff. Even for video.
Which one is it? Is it the
iPhone 14 Pro
14?
Max. Yeah. The moment I
She got
bought
that
it,
good
15
camera.
came
She
out.
can zoom in like a mile away. I can zoom in about 2 feet and it's pixelated. Alright guys, the room we're currently in, this is called the Hanging Rock Chamber, named after these hanging bedrock pennants you see on the ceiling. These pennants actually got here from when the whole cave was filled with water. The way that we just came in, as well as this big hole right over here, were two water springs that fed into this room and collided right over here. And when they collided, it created a whirlpool that got big and bigger and bigger, until not only eventually eroded out the room, but it was so powerful that it stripped the roof of everything but the bedrock, leaving just these pennants behind. Now, if you do look right up here, you are going to see the entrance to our big room. We are not going to be going to the big room today. So no, the yellow tunnel is not the natural entrance to our cave. It did not grow there. We put it there in 1964. The actual natural entrance is 132 uneven 45-degree cut clay steps. You're welcome for bringing you down the big yellow tunnel. No.
He just said that this is like 70-year-old like emergency equipment. Like 70-year-old water and 70-year-old saltine crackers sitting over there. It's insane.
We're right here. We're directly below it. As we keep going down, so does that mountain peak at a much steeper angle than us. So when we get to the bottom of our lake, or bottom of our cave to the lake room, we're actually about 140 feet under compared to right now, where we're 500 feet, if that makes sense. Now this big red hole right over here, that is called the Devil's Hole. The Devil's Hole is a water erosion tunnel that goes 13 feet to the size of a softball. The only problem is, we don't know where it goes after that. It's a portion of our cave that's unexplored as it gets so narrow, but it actually got its name when a kid ran out in front of their tour guide like they weren't supposed to, went and looked down that hole and started screaming to the top of their lungs, saying they just saw the ugliest thing they've ever seen, had to be the devil himself. Now, we got scared because we know there's nothing that scary down here. Maybe a bat, a fish. Other than that, nothing too scary. So the tour guide did get up, got closer to the hole. You know what he saw? No, Bob the maintenance guy. He saw Bob the maintenance guy. I'd be scared too. Bob's pretty ugly. But they say, if you go by and just see a red light, you have been good. But if you see anything scary, such as the face of the devil, your mother-in-law, a mirror, or Bob himself, then you haven't. So hesitation is an indicator of guilt. Definitely go take a look. I'll need that in my life. I'll be waiting for you guys right over here. I probably see my car.
Won't be my first devil's hole. Damn sure won't be my last.
Yes, but very small population. That's the estimate. I'd say it's probably.
Can't wait to get to that hole.
I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so whenever they did an expedition into the lake in '73, they used oxygen tanks for exploring this big underground tunnel, and they let out a bunch of air, caused a bunch of rock falls and steam too unsafe to go back into. Took sonar scans of the room later and figured out that that room down there is huge. It's full of water. It's not.
I gotta tell you, experiencing this as an adult is definitely more fun because I don't remember coming here as a child. I know I did, but I don't remember. He says we're about, what, like 500 feet underground or something like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's crazy. Be careful because there's like dips behind you. If you fall, I'll be concerned. I'll laugh first and then I'll ask if you're okay.
And then I have to do something to, put you in some kind of mortal thing just so I can laugh at you later on. I know I'm.
You don't really have to. It'll happen
It
on its
wouldn't
own.
really be a balance, but it would make me feel cathartically like.
Now, you wait long enough, it'll happen on its own.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah,
Honestly.
I know, right? Yeah.
If you wait long enough.
Yeah.
You're an idiot. It softened up a little bit. That's some good B-roll right there. That's like an old moonshine thing. That's an old moonshine setup. It's probably just for the aesthetics, but that's what it used to look like. Moonshine still. Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, it's coming from right there. And there's our moonshine steel. Yeah. Back in the day, yeah. The moonshine steel now is definitely a lot larger.
Now the story of Ben Sands goes like this. He's coming down into our cave because it was 1905, he was 13. What else was he going to do? He didn't want to go to school. So he came into our cave and he went to the bottom where he found a hole the size of a small bicycle tire. he decided to crawl through this hole with nothing but an oil lantern in total natural darkness. So he went about 40 feet before finding himself knee deep in water. Now keep in mind, that hole was the size of a tricycle bike, that big, all the way through. Raise your hand if you'd do that.
Absolutely not.
My type of people over here. Now, he went through, when he found himself knee deep in water, he stopped. He didn't know how far out this water went, so he started to use his hearing sense. All he had was an oil lantern. He couldn't see anything around him but the 2-foot radius of light that oil lantern gave him of water. So he started picking up clay and rocks, which are at his feet, balled them together, threw it in every single direction, hoping he would hear something hit a wall. Water. Every direction except the way that he just came, so he had known he was at the back wall. Now he went back up, told everybody he had found this big body of water, this big lake, and nobody believed him. As in 1905, Sweetwater, Tennessee was going through a detrimental drought, they're not going to believe a little kid just found an underground lake. So it took about 2 months for anybody to come down here with him. It was his father. When his father came down here with him, things were different. As that drought that I was talking about was over, water levels rose, filling that hole to the top with water, making it look like a puddle sat in the ground where Ben Sands had crawled through just 2 short months earlier. Meaning when his father came down here, he saw that puddle, said, "You've been playing in a puddle this entire time," talking about how big this water was, and didn't believe him again. A little more time would pass. 60 years before this hole was found again. 1964, some explorers came down here, found this hole with flashlights, went through during another big drought, found the lake, went back up, told the owners. Owners came down here, saw the hole, said, "Yeah, I'm not crawling through that." Did what any feasible adult would and blasted it through with dynamite, creating this big tunnel we stand in today. This is where Ben would have crawled. He would have crawled through just right about here, all the way through into the lake room. Now, as they did blast it through, they knew it was safe to do so because this is a granite deposit. It's some of the only granite in our cave, which means you're allowed to touch it. So feel free to do so while you're in here. Just don't hurt it any worse than we did, and just don't take it for granted. We did find a lake on the other side, and whenever we did, we opened up as the Lost Sea just a year later, giving an underground boat ride, which nobody had heard of before. So a lot of people came down to see it, and now everybody from around the world is coming to see it. So before we did any of that, though, we had to do one last thing, and that was track down Ben Sands. And when we found Ben, he was still living here in Sweetwater, Tennessee at the age of 72. We asked him a couple of questions. He answered them all correctly, giving him full rights to finding the lake in 1964 at the age of 72, and probably the biggest I told you so in Lost Sea history. So as we make our way through, slap one of these ledges, tell Ben Sands good job, and get excited because our next destination is the lake room. Take our
Good job,
boat
Ben.
ride.
Good job. Oh. I was saying good job to Benny.
Good job, Benny.
Yeah, this is a little easier. Oh, here we are. I don't know. Look, she might, I might not though.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys can see it, but there is water over there. It's time for the boat.
Real expeditionist in here. I like it.
Yeah. You look like a dark shadow. I love it. You've never been more attractive, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
This is cool. Still want to jump in?
Yeah.
You're out of your mind. It's going to ruin your hair.
I'll be fine. I'll be
That's
fine when I get out.
That water's pretty clear, too.
You like it a lot.
I do, Dad. Good job with this. You always come with the most random adventures. Oh, there's Uncle Tommy.
And you're gonna sleep real good afterwards too.
Oh, yeah.
Folks, number one, this is a floating boat dock. It will move and shift with your weight. Do not freak out when that happens. It's supposed to happen. Now, as we go to get onto these boats, there might be a small gap that forms between the boat and the dock. In that gap, the lake. Step over it, not in it, because if you step in it, everybody's going to point and laugh at you because you fell in the lake. So get onto the boat, go all the way to the end, and take a seat. Do not stand up at any point during our boat ride, because if you stand up, you increase your chances of getting thrown. And if you somehow get fully rejettisoned off of our 2.5 mile-per-hour boat ride, then grab your seat cushion. It doubles as your flotation device. If you can't grab one on the way out, I'll throw one to you. They come in all varieties of colors, such as red, blue, Red and blue. As long as your favorite color is red or blue, I can throw you one. If you want purple, I'll throw you one of each. And also while we're out here, do not dangle anything over the side of importance, such as, but not limited to, phones, wallets, car keys, purses, small children, hopes, dreams, anything like that, because if it hits the water and it's not kicking or screaming to get back to us, I cannot go in after it. The best I can do is take out my flashlight, shine it at your now sinking iPhone or least favorite child, and watch it sink to the bottom together. We will call that a bonding moment. Nobody wants to do that. So please hold on to all your things. And finally, do not touch the water. We do have fish. They do have teeth. They will bite you. I have scars on my fingers to prove that. She has scars on her fingers to prove that as well. Do not test our fish.
Okay, it's time. We are about to get on these boats. Super excited about it. Super dark. And they said there's a bunch of blind fish in the water as well, because when you're born in the dark, your eyes dilate and you just kind of get used to it. I don't know any fish sign language though. So.
None of it was true. It was just exaggerations of true things. They do lose about 20% of their eyesight due to having no natural sunlight down here, as well as about 70% of the pigment in their skin, because again, they don't have any sunlight down here. But they can see just fine. They wouldn't be able to grab their food if they could.
Awesome.
We do put them down here. We started doing that in '67 as a science experiment, hoping they'd find a natural exit to our water. We'd actually tag them with our name, phone number, and address, hoping they'd find that exit, somebody would catch one off a stream, and then call us. The only problem was we feed them 60 times a day. Yeah, they're like kids. Once you start feeding them, they don't leave. So they've stuck around and not really gone anywhere. We have to restock them as well because they are rainbow trout, which means they're stream fish, which just means that they need a stream for their eggs to be held to whatever water source they're in to the bottom. We don't have that. We just have still held water. So their eggs all float to the top and get eaten by all the other fish. Side of caviar with their beef.
Ah, that'd be wonderful. Will we get to have a little taste test later? Should be pretty simple not to fall in. Should be pretty simple not to fall in, Dad.
Don't fall in, because then I have to go in after you, and that's not a pretty sight.
No, I'll say. I don't know how to. I swim like a rock, so I'd fit right in. All right. Feels. You ready to fall in?
Yeah, I really am. Actually.
Double dog dare you to touch the water.
That's
Double dog dare you. Yeah, make sure he's not looking. Make sure he's not looking. Ooh. Wait, whoa, hey. Let's not lean. Let's do it again. No, let's not. Everybody leaned over, the boat kind of moved a little bit.
That would have been fun for everyone.
No.
Yeah.
I have a question. How deep is the sea itself?
So at the deepest point, it's about 75 feet deep at the very back. It's like a swimming pool, though. So the more you get, the deeper it gets. Right up here where we're at, it's going to be anywhere from about, I'd say 8, maybe.
Have you ever had people like try to swim or jump into it on your tours?
Yes.
Oh, they're idiots. Great.
Yeah. We had a tour guide named Kyle that fell in 4 separate times.
Oh, was his phone in his pocket?
Probably.
Ah, poor guy. Poor guy.
He's a congressman.
He works construction. He tried to go.
Has Cardi B been here? I'm just kidding.
No, we had Larry the cable guy, though. That
Yeah, that's just the same. That's the same thing. You know you're a redneck when your gun rack has a gun rack.
All right, guys, we are heading out at max speed. Hold on to something.
All right.
Hitting max speed in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to max speed.
Oh,
2.5
man.
miles an hour. Feel the wind through your hair if you haven't, and try not to get whiplash. If you do that, that's a free souvenir. No refund.
We are inside the water now as we speak, sir.
This is so cool.
Yeah. Or with a drought. If there's a drought and it goes down, we can't do anything. Just middle
I'm loving this.
lane. And whenever, what?
The Oasis. You have many water levels like this in video games?
No, they didn't find any.
That's so crazy. All of you watching right now really can't tell how blue this water is, but I'll put up some photos so you can see it for yourself. The area that we're in right now, I think is about, if I had to guess, about 70 feet deep. We pulled out from dock, and about 2 feet from pulling from the dock, we were already over 20 feet deep. Wow.
We were here over the winter. We had one, right?
This is cool.
We are the fish feeding area. This is where they eat every day, 60 times a day.
Hang out, huh?
Oh yeah.
Look at them all.
Well, a lot of these fish are new, so they don't really notice where you're
Oh, I see one.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few.
Those
See,
spectacles.
they're figured.
That's so
Now,
cool.
these fish, they are rainbow trout, which means their natural instinct whenever something either spooks them or excites them is to jump out of the water. So they're not going to jump in the boat. We know they won't because the last time that happened was about 21 years ago, in 2003, when a fish did jump in the boat, and a lady named Linda beat that fish so bad with her purse that no other fish was brave enough to do it ever again. She ended up taking that fish, putting it in her purse, refused to leave without it, and quite frankly, we were too scared to tell her no. So she ends up leaving with our fish, and she gave us a formal complaint the next day over the phone saying our fish tastes like beef liver and dog food.
That's so dope. The water is so clear, you can see the fish way over there. That's crazy.
I see a bunch of them actually.
Yeah, it's a whole school of them right there.
Way down there. You see way down
Yeah, they are far down there.
I can do it.
Has a Loch Ness monster made his way down here yet?
Well,
right there.
I haven't seen one since last week. So
Okay, I understand.
But the Megalodon, though, that's usually what you're seeing down here. That's actually why we had to get rid of our glass bottom boats. We used to have completely glass bottom.
I remember that when I was a kid.
Yeah, so we got rid of those in the late mid 80s, and whenever we got rid of those, we had to do that because people were so scared of the Jaws movie that came out. They thought a megalodon was going to come eat them through the glass. So we got metal boats, and my only question is, what are you going to do? You're going to see that megalodon whether it's glass or not.
You know what I'm saying?
We just left the boat. Super fun, super random. If you're ever in the Tennessee area, check out the Lost Sea. It's a lot of fun. Family time, good date thing. Kids love it. Watch your head. Did you enjoy your sea ride?
Yes, I did. I had a very great time finding something that was apparently lost. And we just keep finding it apparently every hour on the hour.
I guess it's not so lost if we kept finding it, huh? You're charging people to check it out. It's definitely not lost.
Did not enjoy your tour. My name was Bob. You don't know me. I don't work here. We never met. But other than that, guys, that is going to be the end of my tour. Thanks so much for coming out to the Lost Sea. We're going to make our way up at this time.
Yay!
Thanks for coming out, y'all. Hope you enjoyed.
Coolest tour
Y'all
guide.
handing me money. I don't.
Coolest tour guide of all the Lost Sea, sir.
Oh, thank you so much.
Subscribe.
Hey, like, subscribe, notification bell.
That's right. See, he's not gonna forget it. It was a hell of an adventure. My butt is sore. My hamstrings hurt.
It is. I can hear.
You hear?
You hear her butt being sore, y'all. Being sore for weeks to come.
Yeah. It was a good time. Oh, Dad gave up for a second. Dad, we're almost there.
Just a little more.
It's a lot of walking. Time to go to the gift shop. Buy me a shot glass. Y'all know I collect those. I like every tourist attraction. Well, it's out in the gift shop. Smart. Also predictable. Oh, I remember these when I was growing up. Put a penny in there. I think I got one from here when I was a kid. Oh, cool. A shirt, water bottle, fossils for kids. This is cute. How much is this? Let me get this. Yo, hey Dad. I'm gonna get a couple things. Let me see. Dude, I found the shot glasses. What'd you find?
I found some rocks.
That's the way you said. I found some rocks.
What you want from the gift shop?
We all found a lot of rocks. Geodes. I learned about that when I was in geology class. I've already forgotten it though. Which one of these shot glasses should I get, dude? I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Do me a favor, click that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed. More videos to come. Dad is He is enjoying all these random fun adventures for the family, so there will be more videos coming soon and dealing with adventures with the fam. If you haven't already, check out the Professionally Silly podcast, which is available everywhere that podcasts can be found. Last Friday's episode was called My Childhood is Ruined, and it is. So here's a couple of audio clips, a little toe dip into that particular podcast episode. My childhood is destroyed, bro.
Oh yeah, pretty much. You know, my queue was very long. You know,
That's what she said. I don't have escargot money. I don't have McDonald's money. That's like what, 2 people? Like $25?
Yeah, exactly. McDonald's is pretty expensive nowadays.
Are you ready to play Smash or Pass? Woo! Let's talk about gay animals.
Finally.
He's a great actor. Well, not great, but he's a good actor.
He's
an actor. Let's go ahead and talk about one of the Family Matters stars who might be dipping his toe into some porn.
It's not his toe he's dipping, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, it's porn. You never know. But looking at this video, bro, his stroke game is trash.
Like, he definitely touched some stuff on me that I didn't like. I didn't feel comfortable afterwards. You know, solely based off their appearance.
Let me get my female podcasting agreement voice on. Well, I guess that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.